primary stream. And yes, indeed, it will be a fun day. Luminosity versus the Quest will be our first series of the day. And again, all the matches here will be part of the losers bracket here. So the losers of each of these individual matches will be out with no chance to go through to the Americas Minor. A lot of risk and a lot on the line as a result here. As part of our first best of 3, Inferno will be our first map. This one was picked by the Quest, one of their top maps in the pool as a result. So we'll take a look, see how well they can do on CT side. They start things off with a pistol and 2 players facing out against the T-side forces in second mid. Grim with the first on Lucas, tapping onto Neckies, and he'll also cut off towards the apartments area. Vault takes him. 5-on-3 situation immediately established here by the Quest side. Luminosity just being worn down instantly out here. Bolts with 1 kill back on the likes of Voltage. And 1 trade will come through for Luminosity as they try and establish some sort of mid-control. They have pushed Quest back into the bomb sites. Still a single flash smoke and HE for Henny to try and get control out here for the T-side line. Probably need to go for an execution at some point here. And 60 seconds left on the clock. Bolt's leading the charge. Henny trying to see if he can smoke out cross. Flashbang in, nade on towards Coffins. Looks like it'll just be flashbang over to the bomb site in general. Is given up position by Exceed. Nades in will force him back. The bomb should get planted out here for the Quest retake here. Man advantage for the CTs. They have got the defuse kit on Snake, so it's not the worst situation to be in the world. Henny will still trade it back though. Deal with Exene on towards the CT cross. The smoke clears. 2 players around the corner. Another headshot coming in for the man. Looking for his triple killing as likes of Snakes. Knows that he's here towards Grill. Spongy will try and frag back. They look for Ninks down. Bolt's going to get a headshot. Neckers with a trade. And now Snake's last man standing. A fuse kit in hand. No utility. Ephraim's got to get the kills really quickly. Gets down Henny. Let's hit the 5 seconds. Necky's got to peek. Necky's not peeking. He's got to go now. And Snakes has got the whole thing. He's got the round. Underneath the noses of Luminosity after a great defensive was held out by Henny. Just couldn't quite make it happen for the Luminosity side. Pistol to the favour of the T-side line. Of course, buys back in with the rifles for Luminosity alongside the rifles in for the Quest boys. SMGs as well for Grim and Spongy on the CT line as the Luminosity side have T-side players up and over to the banana default. XC will try face up, flashes over, Neck is first man down to the hands of Snakes. Bolt's there with a trade and rounds the corner trying to take out the second frag. He will be able to do so. Luminosity force their way into the bomb site. Quest out on the backstab. Exceed will catch off still with the SMG, so now it's only rifles in play for Luminosity as they set up the retake. Quest moving in, defuse kits on 2 players. Voltage and Spongy can get trading. Flashes in. Exceed will get caught off guard. Lucas taking him down towards Banana, and eventually that will force the Quest boys to rotate away and just hold on to their weapons. They have conceded the conversion. Luminosity with a force pack will force the issue and take us back at evens at 1-1. Now, of course, Luminosity are the favourites in this series from my perspective. I mean, they have gone 3 maps to only 1 from the Quest side, and that one being 1 back when they were known as Space Station. 1 map of Cash, which of course is not going to be in this map pool, as we already know. I've lost Overpass, Mirage and Cobble in the past as well. I mean, this is going back quite a little bit of time in the case of the cause of these rosters, including the Immortals side. You know, that's how far back the rivalry goes. And consistently, Luminosity have been able to take their own on top. I think that the Quest will probably end up taking this first map, if anything else, in this series. We'll find out specifically how it will happen. Eco Pistols back in for the Quest side. Mostly stack up towards the mid position, face up, and actually Snakes into the first kill. Bolts and Lucas do trade it back. Sprays down for the double, still comes back in the next seed, and in the end they do clean up things out towards the A bomb site hit. Nice and easy there for the T side line, and Spongy, lone man left, probably not going to be able to do much from here. The SMG hopping back out towards the long rotation. Bomb plant will be established by Bolts. Again, nice and easy here for Luminosity against the anti-eco. Spongy can't really do much except maybe peeking against some exits. Quest will be on 2 rounds lost bonus, so it may be more beneficial to hold onto the automatic weapon and the Kevlar. Three stay alive for the T's, meaning that the economy can build as standard. Nice and confident so far from the T side line of Luminosity, who they themselves have not had the best performance on this map in the past. A small technical pause is going to get called out here. I'm going to assume this is not one of those technical pauses that are called in place of a tactical pause, because that seems to have been a common thing as eventually teams do switch things back around to the actual 30-second timer on the tacticals. Way too early anyway. No, maybe the Quest might call in for a tactical if they wanted to try and figure things out where to go from here, and actually will be uncalled relatively quickly. Probably some ping issues, probably some very small internet problems, the best I've got. Either way. As Martov's in, we'll start things off for the CT default out to the banana position, and Steel moves up and out with the AK. Henny covering off the mid position. Flashbangs in from Boltson. Neckers will peek out past the broken wall, try and gain control against the CT forces. Obviously, none from Quest will be there. They've worked from the SMG on towards the CT cross rather than pushed up in banana for the opening kill. Henny takes one, spray on the second. Nice need to dismantle thing again with the AK-47s locking out. Lucas getting one on a voltage as well. So Snake's last man standing out in the apartments. Lucas got this one on lock. And headshot will go to favour of the T-side player. All 5 alive against the anti-eco again from the Quest. And now the buyouts can come in with the rifles from the CT side. No head Kevlar because they've got AKs. No troubles there for Luminosity to get a one-shot headshot. Spray downs will work. Nades in to do a little bit of early damage to Henny on the part of Snakes, but not much other than that going to come through. Molotovs and nades down past the broken wall. Necky is going to on his own control, with Steel also facing up, spotting out Voltage, spraying him down, looking on towards Xseed and dealing with him. AWP frags away, Molotovs in from Bolts, will now pushing alongside Neckers also. towards that B bomb site. Sets of 2 players split between either bomb site right now for the Quest boys, Grim and Snakes. Two players here on the crossfire, one boosted up on New Box, the other one out on first. And Neckers pay the price for that one, peeking up thinking he will be safe. Fountain flashes come in and smokes down towards the Coffins area. They cross over, Spraying does line up for 2 more kills though, it's triple for Snakes. Now low HP for Steel surely can't peek in without getting taken down. He's dropped that bomb and everything. Rotations bit slow from the Quest side, but it doesn't matter. 40 seconds and 2 CTs here on the bomb site will buy themselves a little bit of time. Spraying in on Snakes doing damage. Grim getting caught off guard as Bolts gets tagged up. Snake still here, holding back to the back line. Spongy comes up with a kill on Steel and a manic spray with a flashbang support. Snakes 4 kills to his name and a fantastic defensive posted up by him. Luminosity can see the first rifle to the favour of the CT side. Of course, the AWPs, the M4s, the AKs coming back in for the rebuy. And the AKs and the Krieg still brought out for Luminosity. No AWP as of right now. I think we're going to stick with these automatic weapons. I've seen a bit of a common trend from the Brazilian side, so they've always wanted to concede the AWPs rather than go straight in with the full-blown scope setup. Especially on T side as well, you know, especially if you've been watching out the South American qualifier, you'll see that a lot. And this round for Luminosity is no different. Only banana control established. Quest to try and counteract it with passiveness and utility. A little bit of nade damage done to Neckers as nades in from Bolts won't do any damage back. No one on boost spot in particular, so. LG have the mid face, 2 players up and out towards the short position. 2 players on the bomb site to defend it. Exceed and Spongy. 1 site and 1 at pit. And Henny going to put the smokes up and over. 40 seconds, here we go. Spongy evading flashbang. You spot 1 man coming out of the apartments, take him down, looking for Lucas and a 2nd man spray. And Neckers as well be dealt with by Exceed. Spray back from Henny and Bolts trying to recover the situation, but he's at a 1 versus 5. The best he's done is damage on the Spongy. And Exceed just going to wait. The bomb is in his control, so the CTs don't even need to peek this. They will pick up the backstab here towards Quad, and Bolts will take down 1 player. But again, a hell of a task ahead of him. And the AWP from Voltage will lock out the final frag there for the Quest. 3-3, back in at evens on the CT board. Smokes in, Molotov's over, nades down towards Banana here for the CT side. Flashbangs for Necky is going to go into aggressive Banana control. Bolt's also up, going to hold back with the AK in his hands. Henny picking up and over to the back lines. Going to hold down the mid control from very passive positions. So flashes in for Lucas. Luminosity continue to move up and over to the B hit. AWP at Voltage holding back in towards CT spawn. We'll be watching out, of course. Heavy investment for both sides. Luminosity do come out worse for wear as a result of it. Still a little bit of cash to fall back on for Quest. Awkward smoke as well. A small gap for Voltage to work with. AWP not quite ideal for this position, not quite at this range either. Flashbangs will go forward and Luminosity will commit to the bomb site. Here we go. 3 players out of the gate. Damage done. The Snakes in the back line. Henny will take him down with a headshot. Spray manic on Voltage. Can't quite catch him. The flashbang will keep his teammate also crossing in as Grim goes falling on towards Dark. Spray in from Lucas. Gets the 3rd frag. A Spongy trades back for 1, but he's not bound for this world. And Voltage and Exceed, last 2 players on the rotation. 2 versus 4 retake with an AWP in the hands of 1. Probably best for them to fall back and save, and indeed they will. Grab the utility of the dead bodies of their teammates and run for the A site. A 4th game by Luminosity and a very confident hit towards B. Again, their B site hits have been clinical so far. Reading out the positions of the Quest as well. I mean, obviously you could see how Grim and Snake's going to play off some very similar positions, you know, one back on the boost up towards New Box, another one always plays towards either Dark or First, and that's all we've actually seen from the Quest offensive so far, so keep your eyes on that one, see how exploitable it really is for Luminosity if they can keep reading out these positions, getting the kills against the CT side. Only 2 rifles with no money kicking around for the CT forces. The eco will come through for the Quest here. Lee retaken by Luminosity. Be careful about going into this anti-eco. Obviously, they've got an AWP and an AK still to contend with, and they should be able to realize that these 2 rifles will be out on play. There's Voltage with the AWP. Keeps his angle locked out towards the main cross of the T-side line, but no such aggressive face will come back in. Reciprocated out by the Luminosity boys. Utility out, and AK in for Exceed is on the A site. He catches 2 and bottlenecks them in, trying to get that triple kill on Nekis, who does get down Grim. But Snakes comes up with a trade frag with a P2K. Exceed is dealt with, but double face in from the 2 pistols. AUG picked up on the 1 map, but Snakes is dealt with, and Henny left to clutch it in a 1 versus 3. He's got the first. He'll find the second, but 20 points of health. Not ideal, and the bomb being dropped. Grab the AK, the 1 CT there on the bomb site, smokes down, flashes over the nade from Voltage, or if he places this well, this could be the end. Not of Henny, not this time, it lands too deep as Henny pushes forward and knows where Voltage is now. He saw that nade, he knows that there's a CT player close. Voltage will play the slow game, knowing he's got time, 40 seconds plus the bomb plant, 40 seconds, and this also knows it's been dropped on stacks, so Henny got a little bit of platforming to do to get back and pick up this bomb. Voltage faces out towards the second mid area, going to wrap back in for the backstab. If any plants towards default, then this is actually advantageous for the AWP. He can hold in from the apartments, peek in. Gets the bomb, and the USP also peeks up. Here's the bomb plant down. Going to swap him towards corner. Or realize it is the corner in the end. The USP is enough damage done. He speeds the gun barrel as well. He takes out Henny to clutch it together. But in the end, Exceed and Snakes did all the heavy lifting on the defensive. The AK, in particular, doing all the damage that they needed. And the Orgs, the AWP for Voltage, the AK's in for Luminosity. Plus steal with the Mac-10, the Krieg in for Lucas. Very straight up and out, nades in, damage being done. Ooh, nice on the bolts and Henny. It's on the right foot here. Once again, the rebuys do come back from Luminosity. Quest also investing in pretty heavy into this round, but obviously understandable, they just won the last round, so both teams' economy states up for contention. There's still a little bit lost bonus. I think it's around about evens for both sides. So here come the T-side players out and about. Nekis with the first. Trade back on Grim's not going to be allowed as he gets damage done to Bolts, and Bolts takes him out instead. 5-on-3 situation. The CT's not even going to want to contest this one again. Another confident hit towards Luminosity's positions. And again, Quest, you know, 1 player back towards Dark Pillar, and he get isolated so easily. You know, Luminosity are reading onto these angles. They're getting the kills as appropriate. The backline defensive just isn't quite good enough from Quest. I'll try and change it up a little bit. Only Banana controlling the utility, but that's about it. No contention, no pushes. No one holding behind the broken wall, and no one really trying to hold out the stack or sandbags, anything like that. All those off angles that you could potentially shut down the initial offensive line. It's just not coming through for them. Exceed will face for the exit. Lucas will exit on him instead. Spongy, Voltage. Last 2 players remaining. Luminosity maintain their lead, but finally a tactical pause coming in for the Quest. I mean, I think now is the best time to do it right now here. They have been hitting a brick wall. They have been back and forthing their way against the Luminosity side, but never really gaining a lead above them. Quest are keeping this one pretty decently even at the moment. You know, no real victors coming out on top. Flashes in from Henny, going to gain early control up and out to the mid face alongside Bolts here. Sprays down, nades in. No damage done here with no CT. Going to take quite the aggressive angle all the same. Steel moves up instead with the AUG towards the apartments. Flashes in from Bolts also. Smokes at the ready for him down towards the right-hand cross. He smokes all the same towards the CT cross here for Banana Control. Luminosity trying to give them the idea that they're going to go towards another B hit, and certainly wouldn't blame the Quest if they wanted to rotate up towards it. Stands though, Bolts in against Voltage, takes out one of the two rifles they had in play here for the Quest side, and Spongy immediately going to rotate back out of position. Steel flashes his way in, going to realise that Apartments Control conceded by the CT side. Extra flashbangs that are ready for the likes of Spongy. Steel peeks up and over. Bolts will actually get down Spongy with a little bit of backstab potential coming in from the likes of Neckies. Of course, bomb completely allowed to the bomb site. Both rifles isolated, and Orb can get picked up if I recall correctly. It's one of the rifles that was saved in the apartments, and yeah, it's out there just in boiler room. Luca just keeping his eye on the backstab, making sure that no CT wants to face up here, but pistols alone for the Quest side, and they don't really want to go for this. Don't really want to concede those extra kills to Luminosity's line. Still, they'll go hunting, and still they want to go ahead and get those frags, but so far, so good for LG. Again, T-side dominance here on this first map, on the Quest's map pick. Continue to maintain control, continue to maintain the advantage. And the Quest do have a little bit of a lopsided economy line here. Early nades up, utility coming in towards Banana, spray down from Bolts against the half bite of the CT forces. Actually getting caught aggressive. Spongy will trade down one man, but now Neck is getting aggressive with his own right. Glock out is enough to deal with the pistol out here. The CT forces. Spongy couldn't get a hold of the AK. Snakes and Voltage, very different parts of the map. Voltage potentially could backstab in. Is he in the apartments? Ooh. Well, I think it's clear. In the end, Voltage will give up his position. I think that may have been heard out by Steel now, as Luminosity do rotate back to the B-bomb site, realizing that it is a bit dangerous the way that he's playing out here. Voltage could do a bit of damage. Henny, she's facing forward aggressive, going to give up the information, and the kill as a result. That's not quite good. CZ's bonus second man is not quite successful, and meanwhile, Steel has made his way all the way into the A-bomb site, realizing that there is no one here. We'll backstab in and try and cut our snakes for the rotation. The bomb will be secured down on the A-bomb site. Luminosity should get 7 on at the T sideboard. And nothing that Snakes can do back here. Back at the bomb site on New Box. Again, 5-7 in hand, and Steel, he knows exactly where he is as well. Again, such a good read from Luminosity. They know where Quest are playing from, and they have come into this map very prepared. Quest sitting at about max loss bonus, roughly. I'm not really sure how much they're sitting at. Either way, it's enough to get a rifle buy in for the CT side. I think it's 3 rounds loss bonus. I don't know. The mathematics always suck with me. I always get it wrong. Two players here on the B side defensive. One boosted up at Flower Pot, the other out towards the CT cross. Rotations will come in. They will try and gain some sort of control out towards the coffins area. He tries and supports with the AWP back behind the broken wall. Trying to face in alongside Nekiz to control out to the B-bomb site. Again, very different positions being played out by Grim and Snakes this time. Contact plays. Oh, Henny still reads out the position. He still takes him down. Oh, the Grim next nades against the position here at the Flower Pot. Boost flashbangs evaded and Bolt still swings out and gets the frag. 5 on 3. And the Quest are dismantled. Every time Luminosity hit the B site, it seems like they've got a perfect read on what Quest are doing. No casualties in the post plant, and Quest aren't going to face for the retake. 3 rifles stay in play for the CTs. The Luminosity get 8 and take the T side half. It's not like Luminosity have a particularly good T-side half. It's just, you know, it's just looking perfect at the moment. It certainly looks like it's a good T-side half. You know, percentage of rounds isn't quite, you know, T-sided for the Brazilian team. Regardless, though, it's looking fantastic. XC does trade back 3v3, and Bolts sprays as blind against the CT line. Orps in play here for the rebuy face from the Quest, of course. 3 rifles saved, SMG and CZ out for Grim and Snakes. Now joined up by Voltage, who tries to take a bit more banana control this time for the CT side. AWP watching out cross, but nailed on his position. This is going to hurt. Not as much as I thought it would, actually. The Molotov certainly will force him off angle, though, with the extra utility coming in. No wallbang shots either. Great flashes in from the CTs instead. Lines off any control right now for the T side line. Smokes flashes back in for Spongy. Oh, that towards the long position and Luminosity. Bringing in for Lucas against Voltage. AWP shadow spotted, and the face-in is successful for the T-side player. Opening frag once again to LG, and now they've established long dominance. Rotation. Wrap around onto the B-bomb site is potentially a thing. See the Sponge trying to challenge for it, and Lucas still gets a double up. 2 points of health, he stays alive. The Exceed also dealt with by Steel. Neki is ready for the rotations as once again they've conceded banana control. They'll concede another frag gifted to the Luminosity side, and the forced issue out from Lucas. Perfectly played from him. Snakes, AUG picked up 1v5 though. Does catch 1 trade, but you know, 4 more to find on a clutch that just probably will not happen. A wraparound coming in from Nekiz as well towards CT spawn. Spots the man, bursts on through, can't take him down. But he will on the second face. 9-4, Luminosity looking good here on the first map. Interesting as well, as this was a team that also beat out Cloud9 yesterday. Like I said earlier, some of the mighty names, the mighty talents have fallen here in the lower bracket. And again, Cloud9 falling to the Quest. You'd have hoped they would have been able to bring the thunder against Luminosity. But right now it's looking a little bit flaccid. Double Orbs back in play for Voltage and Snakes. But now they're going to be needing a decent round out here. They're going to need to put these Warps to effect. They're going to need to get a 5th. They will be able to get at 6 at the best here for the end of the CT half. Sprays in, Neki's caught off guard. Grim takes him down to start for the CT side. With found that smokes and Molotovs coming in for the Luminosity defaults here towards the B-bombs. So trying to force some positions and damage out from the Quest side, but not much coming through for them. Information gathering. Steel plays out towards the apartment, starting to face up close and personal. Check out the corners, check out common CT hold positions as Incendiaries do go down time as well. XE peeks in with the swift pressure coming in towards long. Gets himself a double kill on Henny and Lucas. The brothers of destruction now dead. And Steel and Bolt 5v2. Bomb out in the open. Steel should probably get this picked up. But it's everything after the fact where things are going to get awkward here for Luminosity. Bolt's heard towards short. Grim's going to rotate in. They think it's probably going to be a face-up and Steel will go down with for Grim. Getting the spray back on Bolt's, getting the headshot. Getting the 5th for the Quest side. There we go. All 5 alive. Common mistake given up by Luminosity there with that first pick, especially out towards the B bomb site face there for the T's, and unfortunately not going as well. They would have wanted to. Still, the rebuy will come in here for the last round of the half, and Lucas will catch off Exceed going aggressive. Out towards mid, out in the open. The face is perfect. The spray's predicted well. It's capitalized on as Exceed goes down for the opening frag of Luminosity. Still got Grim burning out towards the banana face. He'll get forced back. Snakes with the AWP. Will hold out towards Cross, but will not be facing him for a whole lot more than anything of any sort of map control. Second AWP on the back of Voltage, making his way in over to the short position. Flashes in, bursts out from Lucas. Going to try and pull distraction as flashbangs continue to pour in with the T-side line. Looking at the commit. Bomb on the back of Lucas. And Steel going to check out the balcony. Spot on. Oh my god, jumping spray gets to the head of Spongy. And 2 more CTs here to face against it. Voltage and Grim for the defense. 1 man on towards mid, trying to catch off Bolts. Grim on the back of the bomb site. Molotov will force him to get out of dodge. No, he'll just burn alive. With Henny getting Voltage as well. Leaves it all on Snakes to the last man. Rotating in. Bolts is so ready for this. Headshot spray will be taken. 10-5 on the board. Very good half from the T side of Luminosity. They bring the Thunder back against their opponents on their opponent's map pick as well. Again, it's a big half to ask here for the Brazilian side. It's now the opportunity for a 2-0. Certainly going into this match, I'd say that a lot of people expected it to potentially be 2-0. If they keep it up, it's almost guaranteed to be one here. Certainly the odds are favouring Luminosity at this stage. And a pistol victory will be all the same great. USP is coming out, double flash to defuse in for Lucas, double flash smoke for Snakes on the other end of the board. And Quest go quick into the mid position. Bolts will catch off Grim, also going to catch information on the second man. Still's going to hear those sets of footsteps in Boiler. And the rotations come in immediately as they see there's no more T-side presence. Rotations called out from Steel. And Quest commit their forces initially, rotate back. They're trying to play the mind games. They're trying to force the CTs away from the A bomb site, and they're going to be semi-successful about it. But now, smoke up over to the long rotation. Bolts can still face out and get a kill. Instead, Steel's just going to get smoked out of position and wait for his teammates to arrive. Wait for that defuse kit to get on site. Taps on taps, completely blind, doing damage to Voltage, but no kills. The plant comes in for Quest. 5v5. Oh, but Exceed inserting himself against the CT line, catches Lucas in rotation, the back line rotator as well. Now they've got to watch out for this position. They've got to make sure that he doesn't push in against them. Instead, he'll wrap back in to join the main T-side force from middle, and Bolts will be there to try and counteract to hearing those footsteps coming in. USB headshot will be landing clinically. And back to evens we stand. The fuse has been caught off guard though, and they haven't got time to rotate and pick it up, so they've got to act quick on the retake. Grim goes down here from Steel, facing back in with the next man. Spongy gets a headshot of his own, looking back for the next man of Henny, close towards the short position. Bolts comes in over from the apartments, drops in against Spongy, takes him down, looks back for Snakes. Now the defuse gets stuck out by Henny. 1 versus 1. He's not got time. He will get the kill, but he will not get the round here for LG. And that 1 frag against Lucas, the 1 kill that took away the defuse kit. That's all they needed there to get the round for the Quest. Smokes in, Neckies and Lucas facing out. The Eagles up, good blind shot and a second kill coming in for the CT forces that aggress down Banana. And the Quest up to concede a second conversion off the back of their pistol victory. Happened in the first half. It might happen in the second. Even a rifle drop for the CT forces. They can get up towards this banana control. They aren't going to push too aggressive into it. Right now, Lucas and Nekis are just happy to hold back and wait. Smokes down a standard. And Steel wrapping in for a backstab. Nova at the ready. What can he really get done with this shotgun? No player watching. Oh. Well, Buckshot will tag Voltage. You'll see that bomb as well. So that'll just call in Luminosity to hold their own face here. Ace against Spongy will do even more damage to 53 points. And Steel on a big rotate away. Clearing out the apartments, getting all the info that his teammates need. As the fourth player will rotate back towards A just in case, but Quest are going to commit to this one. 3 players out, sprays Manic here from Snake trying to do damage to Nekis. Here come the smokes, here come the Molotovs. Burst in from Nekis, tags him up, looks at Spongy as well, knows where they're holding at as the Deagles can't get the kills towards the back of the bomb site. Nekis dead, low HP, and that allows Lucas a decent chance to get 1, 2 frags. Deagle up for the third, Bolts will take him down the rotation instead. But Lucas with 3 frags on the initial defensive, on the initial face up through to the banana position, and Luminosity, they'll gain another round back. They'll turn it to 1-1. Again on the second half, a second half in a row that Quest have lost the pistol conversion. Pistol force buy out here for the T's. SMG is spray on the 1, 2, almost the third there, but it doesn't matter because Lucas there for the recovery plays. And Nekis gets one more in the interim. Nice and easy there from Luminosity, cleaning up the force buy. Not even any damage done by Quest. LG just decimate the T-side forces. Eagles up, Glocks in from Grim. Nades against him, try to do early damage, but not a whole lot will be done here. Nova comes back in for Steel. Let's see if he can get the kills. It's anti-eco frags as well, so there's plenty of potential to farm up some cash here for the CT forces. He'll be the first player coming in and start sneaking through the smoke. Snake's control Mexico. Yes, the shotgun gets 1. Not quite the second. Nekis to come up with 2 in his own right, getting plenty of cash up towards top mid. Bomb control sees it spray for the 4K. Easy as that for Luminosity. And 3 more rounds to go for them before they take the first map of the series. Quest for 7 to try and equalize against the CT forces. And the AK is up for the T side line. Luminosity in with an over. Smokes back. Neki is also an incendiary down from his teammate as 3 players stack up to the banana control. And this is the one thing that Luminosity have had that the other side did not have on their CT line. A little bit of aggression, a little bit of control towards banana, a little bit of contention to stall for time, potentially get a frag as well. And look at Steel, how aggressive he wants to get to the apps position. Backed up by 1 more man in Bolts with the Khalil at the ready for the trade. Steel will face up with an overshot, Buckshot. A spray back in from Exceed will take out Bolts to the man advantage of the T-side line. Still damage done to him though. Steel will re-aggress, try and take the man down. We'll get the information out. Second phase. Footsteps heard. To the out. Nice timing on the face there from Exceed, doubling up for the double kill. Right now, Luminosity continue to hold their passive positions, particularly towards the long area. On for the retake if they do push in through apartments or short. And Smokes will go down to allow the mid-face towards short to come through, and Neckers will boost up Henny. This will be a kill on Exceed. Not quite yet, did not get spotted, but 3 players up here to face. Spray in, gets down 1, try to trade up for the AK, turn on towards Exceed, no. He stays alive at 2 kills. 2 kills for Snakes as well. 1 versus 4 for Lucas, not going to get it done this time. And the rifles coming up much better for the Quest side in this half. At least against the pistols for the moment. Of course, the rebuy will come through. Orgs in on 3, M4 for Neckers, and the AWP for Henny. Very good frag numbers being put across by most of the players on the CT side as well. Only really Steel that's not doing that, but it's fine. I don't think he needs to do a whole lot of fragging potential when you've got the rest of the rifles just kicking and screaming all across the map. Dragging Quest through the dirt. A little bit of mid-control and second mid-control out from Spongy in the first initial face-up. Smokes down from Steel. Trying to control. Nades in from Neckers. Standard nade faces, trying to see if they can hold on for time. Some damage done to the Quest side and get ready for them to push in. All on 3. M4 for Neckers and AWP of Henny is boosted up here towards the broken wall, ready for first contact. He gets the first man down. Second base! Almost lands up a collateral, but he gets the second kill anyway. It's a big round for Luminosity to kick things off in the last 60 seconds of the round. Spongy will pick that bomb up and be backed up by Voltage all the same. Both players not joined by Snake, still lurking back on A. There's still 3 players to defend against it, so wherever he faces, he's probably going to get taken out or traded back. Indeed, he will get forced away by the incendiaries, and actually the bomb's going to rotate to join him, and then take a second guess. Back towards the B-bomb site hit initially. Molotov's back in as here comes the utility. Snakes pacing up and over, trying to catch off Lucas, trying to force him out of position. He will be successful, but Lucas just falls back further into the bomb site, and the lake keeps the rotations coming in, but backline defensive, 15 seconds. If Henny lands another kill, especially against this bomb planter, then this probably should end up being the end of the round. 10 seconds ticking away. Neckers comes up with 1. AWP does land it, and that is round over. 14 on the wall for Luminosity. Snakes, no chance. Not in hell. And Henny with 3 frags. Again, a massive round from him as he faces, gets up 2 on the initial first face. And he almost got 3, in fact, with the collateral almost lined up. And in the end, he did get his triple kill. The push coming in. A tactical being called out by the T's. They got 7 rounds to get back to evens. Luminosity only 2 away from taking the Quest map pick. And that's not a good sign. Aggressive faces out towards Banana, come in once again from Henny. And Neckers. All bands getting close to Grim if only he wasn't held back behind the second wall here, the building. Certainly could have done the damage, certainly could have taken him down with the placement of that particular weapon. The spray in from Steel. Catches Snakes off guard, nading against Spongy, that might do even more damage. Not quite actually, he gets away from it just in time. Reflashes at the ready for Bolt. Smoke also at the helm. The Snakes with the smoke of his own. Flashbang into the A-bomb site. Here we go. Quest. 4 players to deal with here on the A site hit. They have put a little bit of utility down, prompting in, but not going full frontal. Not at the moment yet. Counter smokes, nades up, voltage, Molotov towards the cubby corner, and nothing will be gained out of that spray. No damage, no kills. Xe puts another smoke down, basically signaling the commitment here on the T side line. Flashes away. One player out towards Arch to deal with him. Next with a spray back, takes out Voltage. AK on the Grim with a spray transfer and gets the trade back to 4 versus 4. 3 players still to deal with on the triangle. Def still gets one. Bolts with another. Grim trades back on Lucas, but Bolts doubles up, leaving it only to Grim to secure a bomb plant here. It's probably not going to happen. Spray comes through. The taps out from Bolts. Triple kill for him. And Luminosity map point for the CT Force. 8 rounds for the comeback. 8 rounds to overtime for the Quest. Looking like LG are going to have everything they need. Bolts, Molotovs up. From Neckers and Henny also going to be here to the face-up spray in. Lands on one, not quite the second or third, leaving it all to actually steal here. Try and hold on to the bomb site. He's not going to be successful in the end. The sheer numbers game from the Quest will keep control for the moment. 4 versus 3. Retake is plausible, very, very plausible against the very low HP players of the T-side line. 32 on Voltage and Max Spongy 100 HP, Max 10 in hand, and now he's dealt with, leaving it all left to the Mars last few players. They don't exceed. He should go down. And Voltage and Grim. Crossfire is set. Burst in from Lucas. Not making it a secret where he's coming from. And was he keeping the Quest side scared? Because again, 1 bullet. Please take down Grim. 2 onto Voltage. And that should be the end of their round at this stage. Flashes in. Grim evades. Look for the spray back in. The UMP does get a kill back. AK turning around. Henny does come up with a quick kill. And the Glock of Voltage can't do anything from here. The defuse will come through. And there it is. 16-7 Luminosity. There with the first map, there with their opponent's map pick, taking the control.